Halloween's roots are ancient, reaching back to the Celtic festival of Samhain. Celebrated on October 31st, Samhain marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. The Celts, who lived in what is now Ireland, Britain and northern France, believed that the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead blurred on this night. On Samhain, the spirits of the dead were believed to return to earth. It was a time for both celebration and fear. People lit bonfires to ward off evil spirits and made offerings of food and drink to appease them. They also wore costumes, often made of animal skins, to disguise themselves from the spirits. Samhain was a time for divination and fortune-telling. People believed that the veil between the worlds was thin, making it easier to communicate with spirits and predict the future. The festival was a significant event in the Celtic calendar, marking the transition between the seasons and the intersection of the living and the dead. As the Roman Empire expanded, it encountered and absorbed elements of the cultures it conquered. The Romans had their own festivals that shared similarities with Samhain. One such festival was Feralia, a day in late October when Romans commemorated the passing of the dead. Another Roman festival, Pomona, honoured the goddess of fruit and trees. Apples, a symbol of Pomona, were a prominent feature of the festival. The Romans' presence in Celtic lands led to a blending of traditions, with Roman customs and beliefs intertwining with those of the Celts. The merging of Roman and Celtic traditions enriched the celebration of Samhain. The Roman influence added new layers of symbolism and practice to the ancient Celtic festival, further shaping its evolution over time. With the spread of Christianity throughout Europe, the Church sought to assimilate pagan holidays into the Christian calendar. In the 7th century, Pope Boniface IV designated November 1st as All Saints' Day, a day to honour all Christian saints. This date coincided with the traditional timing of Samhain. Later in the 10th century, the Church added All Souls' Day on November 2nd. This day was set aside for praying for the souls of the departed. The proximity of these Christian holidays to Samhain contributed to the blending of pagan and Christian beliefs and practices. While the Church aimed to replace pagan festivals with Christian observances, many elements of Samhain persisted. Costumes, bonfires, and the association with spirits and the supernatural continued to be part of the celebration. Halloween was brought to North America by European immigrants, primarily from Ireland and Britain. Initially, Halloween celebrations were limited in colonial New England due to the Protestant beliefs of many settlers. However, as more immigrants arrived from other parts of Europe, Halloween gained popularity. The influx of Irish immigrants in the 19th century, particularly following the Irish potato famine, significantly impacted Halloween traditions in North America. The Irish brought with them their customs and beliefs associated with Samhain, which helped to shape the evolution of Halloween in the United States. By the late 19th century, Halloween was becoming a secular holiday focused on community and neighbourly interaction. Parties, games and festive decorations became increasingly common. The tradition of trick-or-treating has its roots in both ancient and medieval practices. In ancient times, people would leave offerings of food and drink to appease spirits. During the Middle Ages, a practice called souling emerged in Britain and Ireland. On All Souls' Day, poor people would go door to door, singing songs or saying prayers in exchange for soul cakes. These cakes were often made with spices and currants, representing a form of offering for the dead. Over time, souling evolved into the modern-day tradition of trick-or-treating. In North America, trick-or-treating emerged in the early 20th century. Children would dress up in costumes and go door to door, asking for treats like candy, fruit and nuts. The practice quickly became a beloved Halloween tradition, particularly among children. Today, Halloween is celebrated worldwide, with its popularity extending far beyond its origins in Europe and North America. While the holiday's roots are ancient, it continues to evolve and adapt to contemporary culture. Halloween parties, haunted houses and elaborate costumes have become increasingly popular. The commercialization of Halloween has also grown. with retailers offering a wide array of costumes, decorations and treats. Despite its commercial aspects, Halloween remains a time for fun, fantasy and community. Halloween's enduring appeal lies in its ability to tap into our fascination with the unknown, the spooky and the macabre. From its ancient origins as a time to honor the dead to its modern incarnation as a global celebration, Halloween continues to captivate and entertain people of all ages.